I don't know. I don't know if I am live or not. Yes, so I am live. I hope I am audible, and I think I am because I can hear myself. I'll just confirm the audio and then we'll proceed with the topic. Today, I don't know. Yes, so I am audible, and with that confirmation out of the way, today's topic is Lewis Hamilton's chances of winning the Formula One World Championships with Ferrari. Now, if you are not aware of Formula One, then I just want to tell you it is the most prestigious car racing event, car racing championship in the world. It's the peak of car racing. Formula One cars are typically single seat cars, and the formula in Formula One is a set of regulations that every constructor has to follow. There are 10 constructors, 10 teams vying for the title. There is the title for the team, that is the car manufacturer in simple language, and there is a title for the drivers with the maximum number of points, which people get by finishing at the highest level in every race. So if somebody has won all the races, then he is likely to be the champion. If somebody has won 10 races and another person has won 8 races, and the person who has won 8 races has been more consistent, he has more second place finishes, and the person with 10 victories keeps crashing out, then again the person with more consistency is likely to win the championship. So that's the basic system. There are many races, I've forgotten the number, but certainly it's much more than when I first started watching Formula One in the late 90s. Lewis Hamilton, if you don't know about him, he is a 7 time world champion. He has won one championship with McLaren in 2008 and 6 championships with Mercedes. Right from, I think he started winning in 2014, if I'm not wrong. Because, yeah, 2010 to 2013 was Sebastian Vettel with Red Bull. Then 2014 and 15 was Lewis Hamilton. 17, 18, 19, and 20 was Lewis Hamilton. So he has won 7 championships, which is a record, tied with Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher also has 7 world championships, 5 of them with Ferrari, 2 with Benetton. Now this brings us to how decorated the team Ferrari is. Ferrari certainly is the most famous side, most famous constructors team participating in Formula One. It is one of the most premier car brands in the world, and for many people, Formula One and Ferrari are synonymous. Ferrari is the only side to have competed in every single edition of the Formula One championships right from its inception, and Ferrari also have the maximum number of constructors championships with 15. So Lewis Hamilton has the maximum number of drivers championships, tied with Michael Schumacher at 7, and Ferrari are undisputed most successful team in terms of constructors championships with 15 constructors championships in their bag. They are followed by McLaren with 12. I believe Red Bull have 8, and Mercedes, I believe, have 9. Mercedes have won 7 in the recent avatar, has Mercedes AMG, whatever the name is, under Toto Wolff, 6 for Lewis Hamilton and 1 for Nico Rosberg, and they won 2 in the 50s. How many titles have Ferrari won? 15, and let's look at it one by one. But before we go there, I want to highlight my hypothesis. I don't think Lewis Hamilton is going to win a world championship with Ferrari. Not because he's 40 years old, not because there's something wrong with the Ferrari car, but because many champions have not won world championships. Many champions have moved to Ferrari in championship winning form with championship winning momentum, and they fail to win for whatever reason the world championship with Ferrari. I can give you 3 major examples. Alain Prost, who went to Ferrari as a world champion in 1990, came very close to winning the championship, came within one race of winning the championship, but in the famous race at Suzuka, he crashed out in the first lap, crashing with clashing with Ayrton Senna. There was a collision between the two in the very first lap, and Ayrton Senna became the world champion. Alain Prost came very close to winning, but didn't win. Subsequently, throughout his stint in Ferrari, despite Alain Prost being a three-time world champion at that time, he did not win a championship with Ferrari. Next person I want to talk about is Fernando Alonso, who joined Ferrari as a two-time world champion with Renault. He had had a fantastic season with McLaren. His first season, he came very close to winning the championship, but lost to Kimi Raikkonen of Ferrari. But effectively, he lost to Lewis Hamilton, who was his teammate in McLaren, although they finished on the same points. Then he went back to Renault for some years, I think, and he then switched to Ferrari. He also came very close to winning the World Championship, again entering the final race of the season with being the favorite, to be honest, having a very good chance of winning the championship, but he did not win the championship. On both occasions, when he came very close to it, was won by Sebastian Vettel of Red Bull. Which brings us to Sebastian Vettel. He moved to Ferrari from Red Bull, came, I won't say close to winning the championship, because the championship race did not go down the wire. However, I have to say that he had a very good car in 2017 and 2018. So these are legendary drivers who did not win with Ferrari. Why would Lewis Hamilton win? Let's go back and look at the statistics. I want to talk about this in a while. I'll just take a break here. Yes. So I wanted to tell you this, that I don't know if I am live or not. Sorry, that was the audio. So let's look at the history of Ferrari in terms of winning world championships. Ferrari won their first Drivers' World Championship with Juan Manuel Fangio in 1956. Juan Manuel Fangio, the legendary Argentinian racing car driver, had already won 3 championships. He then won a world championship with Ferrari, but this is more of an exception than the rule. The next time Ferrari won a world championship was in 1958 with Mike Hawthorn. Then Ferrari won the world championship in 1961 with Phil Hill. Then in 1964 with John Surtees. And then there was a long gap. Ferrari won the world championship in 1975 again with Niki Lauda. Then again in 1977 with Niki Lauda. And then in 1979 with Jody Scheckter. Then there was a huge gap of 21 years. Ferrari next won the Drivers' World Championship in 2000 with Michael Schumacher, and they went on a run of 5 consecutive Drivers' World Championships from 2000 to 2004 with Michael Schumacher. Ferrari then won the World Championship in 2008 with Kimi Raikkonen, which is the most recent instance when Ferrari has won the Drivers' World Championship. It's been 17 years. It's not as long as the 21 years, the gap between Jody Scheckter's victory and Michael Schumacher's victory, but it's been 17 years since the Ferrari driver was the world champion in Formula 1. Now, what is common in all these instances? If you take out Michael Schumacher, who had won 2 championships with Benetton, and Juan Manuel Fangio, who had won 3 championships before winning a world title with Ferrari, all the others, Mike Hawthorn, Phil Hill, John Surtees, Niki Lauda, Jody Scheckter, and Kimi Raikkonen, all of them, they had not won a world championship with another side. Now, I know there is no logical reason why they should not, why the fact that they did not or they had not won with another side gave them any advantage. There is no logical advantage there. However, this is a historical trend, and why is this the case is something which nobody really knows, but it has been a trend, and I don't see that trend changing. Also, Lewis Hamilton is 40 years old. The oldest person to win a Formula 1 World Championship was Juan Manuel Fangio, who won the title at the age of 46, but he did it in the 50s. Can Lewis Hamilton do it in 2025? It remains to be seen. My argument is he will not, and because nobody has done it before. If he does it, then it will be an unprecedented achievement. And I also want to talk about Michael Schumacher's return to Formula 1. Although the similarities are not as evident as I would like to believe. When Michael Schumacher came back to race for Mercedes after a brief hiatus from the world of Formula 1, I think he retired at the end of the 2006 season, and then Oh, sorry, I said that Kimi Raikkonen won in 2008, Kimi Raikkonen won in 2007. So Michael Schumacher retired at the end of 2006. Then there was a brief hiatus and he came back, I think, in 2010. That's when he came back to race for Mercedes. That was the year after Braun won the championships. He raced for 3 seasons. Everyone, when Michael Schumacher came back, was not debating whether he is going to win races or not. People were debating that how soon will he win a championship with Mercedes, whether it will be in the first season or in the second season. I see a similar buzz in the media regarding Lewis Hamilton's switch to Ferrari. I know that Lewis Hamilton's situation is different from Michael Schumacher's situation. In Lewis Hamilton's case, he never left Formula One, he never retired, he never announced his retirement. Having said that, he's still quite old at 40, and Ferrari haven't won a world championship for a very long time. There is no reason for Lewis Hamilton to not win it. I'm just stating that it has never happened in the past, except two legendary Formula One drivers, Juan Manuel Fangio and Michael Schumacher, who managed to win with Ferrari after winning championships with other sides. Now, and greats like Alain Prost, Alonso, and Sebastian Vettel tried and failed to win with Ferrari. Many established racing drivers have tried to win championship with Ferrari. Nobody has succeeded except Schumacher and Fangio. Although you can argue that Raikkonen was a seasoned driver by the time he switched to Ferrari. He came quite close to winning the championship in 2003 and he managed to win in 2007. But the history books are stacked against Lewis Hamilton. If he can rewrite history, then I will stand corrected, and I will have to admit that Lewis Hamilton is perhaps the greatest Formula One driver of all time. So that's the hypothesis I have, and thank you for watching this. I'll see you in the next one.